Good morning everyone. Welcome to our live and interactive session on CIET NCERT channels. I am your host Neha. You are watching us live on NCERT official YouTube channel and PM eVidya channels for classes 6 to 12th. Today's virtual lab is for the students of class 8 and the topic is demonstration on simulation of tense conversion. This is going to be a very interesting and fun topic because tenses are an important part of English grammar, and when we learn tenses and their conversion in an interesting and fun way, it becomes even more interesting to see how that happens in today's live and interactive session. So, I am delighted to have our expert Dr. Amit Ranjan, Assistant Professor from NCERT Delhi, here with us today. Namaskar sir, welcome to the session.
Namaskar, thank you very much.
Dear viewers, for any queries and to share your feedback, you can take down our contact details. First up is our phone number on the screen. The number is 8800440559. You can also take down our email ID, which is diksha.training@ciet.nic.in. Apart from these two ways, you can also get in touch with us on our NCERT official YouTube channel. You can message us on the live chat box. Please do not forget to mention your name and the place from where you are sending in your feedback and of course your questions to us. We will be more than happy to answer all your queries and questions. So, let us begin the session now and let us take a look at how this particular topic, tense conversion, becomes interesting when we learn it through simulation. So, sir, what is the objective of today's session?
Objective of today's session is to try and learn tenses in English language. Of course, half an hour is too less a time, and you should do it properly at your own leisure from a good book like Wren and Martin,
right,
and of course in the classroom. But here we will give you a ready reckoner of how to do it. Of course, tense, as the word itself suggests, is quite a tense matter.
No, I do not think so it is, because we have been learning tenses.
There is a relation. First, that it comes from the Latin root temp, from which you get words like temporal and things like that. But the word tense, which means to stretch, or a situation that is severely stretched, is also the sense of time, because time is severely stretched.
And that is the reason we say tenses are markers of time.
Yes, that is only a feeble human attempt at understanding time. Time, of course, is unfathomable. We do not know what time is. So, from our activities, we try to gauge a sense of how time passes or what time is, and therefore, there is a relationship between both the senses of the word tense, of time and of being stretched.
Right. Yeah. So, sir, what is the plan for the session?
We will look at Diksha's virtual lab, and virtual labs are good tools to practice, because you get online feedback instantly, and on your areas of weakness, the machine is able to point out, the program is able to point out to you what your weak areas are, and therefore you are able to strengthen it.
So, it is basically a language lab that we are going to practice tenses on.
Yeah.
So, let us begin the session, sir.
Right. So, today we are going to look at how to convert from one tense to another. And first, so if you go to these are the steps. You go to diksha.gov.in, and then you go to focus areas of Diksha, which is slightly below this, and then go on the 4th tab over here, which will be virtual lab. And then we are today dealing with class 8 and English, and there it comes. You will sign in with your Google account.
So, students should have a login ID so that they can access the website.
Yeah. So, it asks you for your Google account and other ways to log in, and then we go to tense conversion activity, and that is how it will look. So, it has several tabs. It has got a theory tab to explain things to you, and there is a procedure on how to do the exercises that are given over here. There is a lab portion, where we do exercises, and self-evaluation where there are some final exercises to do, and there's differences and feedback. So, without much ado, let's begin with the tenses. So, there are 12 basic tenses in English, and there are more than 12 actually, but these are 12 basic without which one cannot work, and beyond this then there will be perfect, perfect and so on, which we will talk about. So, the most simple is the simple present tense. I am studying, a general, ongoing, regular or scheduled activity, as a lab tells us. So, it is a matter of habit. So, I will give you maybe sort of a quick shortcut how to remember. So, anything that is a matter of habit is simple present tense.
Right. For example, I write, I read, I
go-
eat.
I go to office, I go to school,
All right.
I exercise, anything that is a matter of your habit which you keep doing, that is simple present tense. And so, we have already done subject verb agreement. So, you will have to take great care of subject verb agreement, which is the number of the noun and the person of the noun. So, I go, you go, they go, John goes and so on. So, I am not getting into subject verb agreement, but into the main spirit of the yeah. So, that is present tense.
Sir, are there any other indicators of simple present tense?
Anything that is regular.
Something, I think universal facts are also considered a part of simple
Absolutely.
present tense.
Sun rises in the east, and which is also not a universal fact, but considered a universal fact, for example. So,
Right.
anything that is regular, happens all the time, is a matter of habit in our lives, something that happens all the time is
Right.
simple present
So,
tense.
this is easier for our viewers to keep it in their minds.
Yeah, just remember the word habit.
Right.
And
Something
whatever
which
is
is
habit is
out of habit.
yeah, and then then we have the continuous tense, present continuous tense. So, following the cue of habit, now make it a bit of your life, a slice of your life. What I am doing right now, I am running, I am studying, John is going, Sheila is knitting, Ram is baking, so on, whatever. So, anything that is happening right now, something that is ongoing, or we are working towards building a developed nation. So, something that is ongoing is present continuous
So,
tense.
an action in continuation in the
Yeah.
present tense, that is what we call a present continuous tense.
Absolutely.
Right.
Then we have the present perfect tense. Now, here the first two are very easy. From here things start getting a little complicated. So, so following the habit and a bit, reduce one more and make it bit, which is a bit of your life, or beyond the continuous tense, beyond it. So, something that started and has been completed in the present.
Okay.
So, the example, some examples are given over here, starting with I have already studied the tenses today. So, I started studying in the morning, I have finished now. So, it should have a bearing on the present, right, because I have studied today, I remember it, and it's just finished. You have slept well today, he has played cricket, which means that he started playing cricket and that activity.
So, something has just got over.
Yeah.
That is the key to keep that in mind.
Yeah. So, it has a bearing on the present, on this moment.
Right.
Okay. Then there is the present perfect continuous tense.
Now, two of the tenses are combined here, it seems.
Yeah. And to remember this, remember it. This is it, which means that this is what you've been doing. I have been learning English for 3 years. So, I've been doing it so much
Right.
that it's part of me. This is it. You have been working skillfully. So, something that started and is still continuing.
Still continuing, yeah.
Perfect is what has just stopped, so it's in our memory, it has a bearing on the present, and perfect continuous is something that started and is still happening, so it's very much a part of your being.
Right.
But this is not a matter of habit, unlike the
simple present tense.
This is something that you are doing consciously, undertaking an activity, working towards it.
So an action that started in the past and is still ongoing.
Still ongoing.
There we talk about the present perfect continuous tense.
Yes, and so this will have both the perfect tense, which the indicators will be have, and the ing, which is of the continuous tense.
So the first form plus the ing.
Yes, I have been learning English for 3 years, like we said. Okay. Now let's quickly look at the past tense. Now simple past tense is not the exact opposite of simple present tense, which simple present tense is habit. The simple past tense is something that happened in the past.
And it finished.
And it finished. So
there is no relation with the present.
Of course, everything has a relation with the present, which is why we are talking about it in the present. But
that activity
that finished in the past,
right,
and has no bearing on activities in the present.
In the present, right.
So examples are given over here. John ate the banana, you bought the chair. These activities started, finished in the past. So this is simple. So the structure will be subject plus past tense of the verb plus the object. John ate the banana, subject is John, past tense is ate, and object is the banana. Past continuous tense. So like we saw in the present continuous, something that is happening right now. Similarly, in the past continuous tense, something that was happening in the past at a particular moment of the past. Right. So examples are given over here. Sheena was cleaning the shelf, so for Diwali, let's say. So this is something that happened particularly at the moment of Diwali,
right.
And she was doing that activity. So if it was just Sheena cleaned the shelf, it would be simple past, was cleaning the shelf, and if you want to add more context, you can. That will be past continuous. Past perfect, like present perfect, is something that started and has finished and has bearing on now. Similarly, past perfect is something that happened before another particular event in the past. So let's say you have to transpose the present perfect to past perfect. We say that something that was happening and has a bearing on now. Similarly, in the past, something that has a bearing on then. An action that happened before another event in the past. So there are two events that will happen.
Right.
One that ends the event and one that begins the event. So I had washed the car before it rained. So there are two activities that are happening. It rained.
So is it important to mention in a past perfect tense that two activities were happening, have happened?
No. It is implicit.
Okay.
So either it is mentioned, like in the first example you can see, I had washed the car before it rained. So one activity is that it rained, and something that happened before it is past perfect. I had washed the car before it rained. And if you do not mention the other activity, let's say, so Drake had played hockey.
Which becomes simple past tense.
No, that is Drake played hockey.
Okay, yes, had can't be there, right.
So Drake had played hockey before something happened. That is implicit over here.
Right.
So this is double past, let's say, past perfect.
Yes.
Then you have past perfect continuous tense, an action that happened before a certain time in past to show duration. So past continuous is, we said, something that denotes a particular moment in time in the past, and this one is something that happened before a certain event and was happening to show the duration, that this was happening for a whole year. I was studying for a year before I took the exam. Okay. So let us look at the examples. I had been going to school for a year when it was closed. You had been baking the cookies. So here again, like in the perfect tense we saw, this is implicit. You had been baking the cookies before something happened, that is understood. John had been driving the car, let's say, for 3 years before he took the test. So that part is implicit. He had been driving the car.
Right.
John was driving the car merely denotes that he was driving a car at a certain point of time, whereas John had been driving a car indicates a whole
Continuation,
range of
yeah.
time, a time period, whereas the continuous past tense merely denotes a moment.
Correct.
Okay, so similarly, these things will be mapped onto the future. A simple future tense is an action which has to be completed in the future. And it's not a matter of habit, something that has to just happen in the future. I will go to the cinema, you will drive the scooter, Anna will buy the house. These are the examples given over here. The structure will be subject plus will, or whatever form of the future tense we are using, would, verb and object. Future continuous tense is again like the present continuous and past continuous, used to denote one particular moment in the future. So, I will be fishing this time next week. You will be buying the cookies, Adam will be drinking the coffee. So, all these denote one particular moment in future.
Right.
We will be doing a live session next week.
So that's a plan, that this is something that is planned for the future.
All of future is planned, but this
Right.
is plan of a particular time
Activity,
moment.
yeah.
Time moment.
Time moment.
Yeah. Future perfect tense, an action that finishes in the future before or at the time of another future action. So, like we saw with both the present perfect, which is an activity begins and has to end before the moment we are talking. In the past, it's a relation of two activities, one that happened before another event happened. Similarly, in the future, an action that will happen before another event will happen. So, strangely you will see this has a sense of the past tense. All tenses have a sense of each other,
Yes.
because one will already have happened by the time.
Some kind of bearing is there.
Of course. So, for example, I will have learned all the tenses by tomorrow. So, what are the two moments of time that are being denoted? One is tomorrow, which is the end limit, and will have learned. So, I will have finished all these activities before tomorrow arrives. You will have slept before John arrives. So, John is going to arrive and you will already have slept. This act of sleeping will be complete by the time John arrives. John will have played hockey. So, and the second part in this is implicit, let's say. John will have played hockey before the bell rings. It's implicit that he will have played hockey before something else is going to happen.
Right, sir.
And the final one, the 12th one, is future perfect continuous, and very similar to past perfect continuous, an action at a certain point in future, like we discussed past perfect continuous, which was a duration of time in the past. Similarly, this is a duration of time in the future, expressing duration. So, remember future perfect continuous with duration, the continuous tense with a moment in continuity now. Okay. So, examples of this: I will have been studying English for 3 years this summer. So, that specifies a specific duration, that of 3 years. I will have been studying English for 3 years. You will have been sleeping for 2 hours when John arrives. We are taking examples from the perfect tense and seeing how it changes. John will have been playing flute, and this one is the implicit one. John will have been playing flute by the time the college gets over, or things like that. So, these are the 12 forms of tenses, and there are more forms of tenses. There is the perfect tense also. I have had my breakfast and so on. So, we are not going into that. These are the 12 basic forms which you should master. Practice as much as you can to get a grip on it. Now let us do some exercises and see how we are doing.
Sure, sir.
So this is the lab tab, the third tab, and you click on start over here. Done. So fill in your name. Okay. So here we have the conversion. On the left is the tense in which the sentence is given and what we have to change it to. So let's try to change it to all the forms, and then we'll do whatever time we have.
Correct,
left.
sir.
So Nana plays hockey. We have to convert it to present continuous tense. So what should it be?
Sneha. What is the name? Naina is playing hockey.
Okay. So we have to drag
We have to put the continuous form of it.
and playing hockey. So this is a moment in time in the present.
And the action is ongoing.
Then you submit and it gives you a feedback. The main verb is correct and the helping verb is correct. All right, let's try it with all tenses, or maybe we can take the next example for the next tense. Mark buys a cookie, and let's make it present perfect tense. So what should it be? Mark buys a cookie to convert to present perfect tense.
So we have to first of all put the auxiliary verb, which is has, then the form of the verb comes to the third form of the verb. Buys gets to bought.
Buys
So
becomes
Mark
bought. This activity
has
is,
bought a
this
cookie.
activity is already completed
Yes.
in the perfect tense. Let's see. Correct. Great. Let's see the next example and make it present perfect continuous. Barbara drinks a milk. This kind of wrong because it should be milk
It
and
can't
not
be.
a milk.
There is no
but
need of that article over
There
there.
are some problems.
So we can take up some other sentence.
No, it's fine. We'll consider the milk as an object and work
All
with that.
right.
Okay. So present perfect continuous.
Barbara is buying a milk or something.
Drink.
Oh, okay. Present perfect continuous. Has been buying.
Yes. Barbara has
So one has to be very careful with what type of sentence you are preparing.
drinking. Correct. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Jennifer eats the chocolate, and let's go to the next one. No, this is simple present. We'll convert it to simple past tense. Jennifer. The simple past of eat.
Ate.
Ate.
Ate the chocolate.
Jennifer ate the chocolate. Correct. Let's go to the next one. William drives the bike, and this time we'll do past continuous. Okay.
So the tense has to be continuous, driving, and then
was.
the auxiliary verb was
William
was
was
driving
the bike.
the bike.
And then we submit it, and that's the correct answer. Okay. The man catches a ball, and this time we'll do past perfect. What do you think?
So catches has to be transformed into the past form, which is caught. So
Right.
the man caught a ball.
Oh, but it's past perfect. not
Had caught.
had caught.
Had caught a ball.
This event
Actually, the font
Was
is quite small, so I have to
completely,
focus.
this event was completed in the past.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
So it is, okay, good. And
Sir, we have about 5 minutes.
sure.
So we have to wind up the session now.
Past perfect continuous. John cleans the shelf. So this would become John had been cleaning because it is completed, but for a long duration of time in the past, and that is remember past perfect continuous shows the duration. And that's that. So similarly, we'll do it for future, but since we are running out of time, we'll simply do the self evaluation, which is just 5 questions. Let's look at that. So there's a form of the verb given over here, and we have to convert it according to the instructions given. So he drink tea every morning, simple present tense. So subject verb agreement, he drinks tea every morning. Sun dash in the east, rise, rose, rises, risen. What do you think?
Rises. The sun rises in the east.
I think you are wrong. Present continuous.
Sir, what was the question? Can I please take a look at it again?
I think you are wrong. Present continuous tense of think.
Okay, I think you are wrong.
I am
we have to
thinking,
put
I
the-
is
I'm
thinking.
thinking you are wrong,
I am
since it's
thinking
present
you are wrong.
continuous.
I dash Hindi in Nagpur, simple past tense. So I learnt Hindi. L-E-A-R-N-T.
T.
Now in American English, L-E-A-R-N-E-D is also fine,
Yes.
learned. But in British English, it's learnt with a T. Also, L-E-A-R-N-E-D, learned. So there's different ways to pronounce. Learned is an adjective for a learned person, somebody who's scholarly, somebody who's done a lot of studies in their life is learned. And learned, the same spelling but different way to pronounce, is the past tense of learn. But here we'll take learnt because here we follow British English. That's how Indian English works.
So, sir, with this, we'll
We
have to
one,
wind up the session.
One last one.
One
Let's
last
finish.
question. All right,
I
let's take a
dashed
look.
my exercise when John came to see me. Past perfect tense. I had done my exercise when John came to see me. I had finished the session when I was informed that the session is ending.
Yes, sir. So it was
Right.
very much fun to see how simulations can become so interesting and fun when we talk about tenses. So I thoroughly enjoyed the session, and I'm hoping that all our viewers have enjoyed it and found it useful. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us.
Thank you so much. And it's practice which makes a person perfect. So practice as
Absolutely.
much as possible. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. So, dear viewers, with this we have come to the end of our today's virtual lab session, which was meant for the students of class 8, and the topic was demonstration on simulation of tense conversion. We had Dr. Amit Ranjan with us, assistant professor from NCERT New Delhi. And before we wind up the session, let's take a look at the program schedule for the day. So, at 12 noon, from 12 noon, you will have a session for the students of class 6. The subject is going to be science, and the topic will be nature's treasures. After that, at 2 p.m., you will watch a session for the Urdu students of class 7. मजमून रहेगा उर्दू, सब्जेक्ट रहेगा आपका उर्दू, और उन्वान रहेगा पहली उड़ान. After that, at 2:30, you will watch a session for the students of class 7. The subject is going to be social science, and the topic will be barter system to money. At 3 p.m. you will have a session for the students of class 8. The subject is going to be science, and the topic will be particulate nature of matter. At 3:30 you will watch a session for the students of class 8. The subject is going to be mathematics, and the topic will be we distribute yet things multiply, and you will watch part 1 of this topic. In the evening at 4 p.m. you will have a session for the students of classes 6 to 12th. The topic will be Vigyapan Saksharta, and we will wind up the day with the session Sahyog at 5 p.m. The topic is going to be turning criticism into opportunity. So, dear viewers, now I will see you at 12 with the inclusive education session. Till then, take very good care of yourself and keep watching CIET NCERT sessions. Namaskar.